Children of God or children of this world, welcome, good day, and hello to Silent Time, the opportunity to think on what is really important in life. Are you a child of God or a child of this world? It might often be that if you are a child of God, you feel like you have disadvantages. You might need to suffer more. Jesus did not promise us a trouble-free life. In fact, several times he prepares us for suffering and mourning. For example, in Matthew 5, in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5 verse 4, happy are those who mourn, God will comfort them. It might often be that those who belong to this world and don't want to belong to Christ seem to have advantages. For example, they might not be so honest and take a little bit away here and there and have an advantage, or might have a faster career because they do a little bit tricky things and not always talk 100% the truth, pursue only their own targets, and don't try to support so much others, or are more aggressive, or even might be persecuted as a child of God, while the good things go to the children of this world. Nevertheless, we still can be comforted in the suffering, because the fortune can suddenly turn. When the people of this world feel so secure and content in their worldly pleasures, suddenly the wheel of fortune might turn and worsen, same as it was with the people from Sodom and Gomorrah. Suddenly they went down, while Lot was still safe. He was secure. He still survived. He was protected by God. But the other people who felt so safe and pursued what their stomach wanted, they were not saved. So now the world might laugh at us, might make fun, and might be intoxicated by own desires and by selfishness, while the child of God might be mourning and suffering. Nevertheless, he can be joyful in suffering, because in the end he knows that he has peace and that he is saved, that God is for him, that the Almighty will fight for him, and he will not allow more suffering to happen than what is good for everybody. Blessed are those who mourn, God will comfort them. Blessed are those who are humble, they will receive what God has promised. Blessed are those whose greatest desire is to do what God requires. God will satisfy them fully. Lord, you know how many trouble your children are facing, how much suffering and sometimes even torture. Help us to stay with you. Help us not to give up, not to follow the pattern of the children of this world. Help us to remain honest, to do what is good for your kingdom. Help us to build up others and not be egoistically and intoxicated in selfishness and pleasures. Show us the way to go and help us to have peace and to not be discouraged. You are Almighty and you went through great suffering. You have done everything for us. You sacrificed yourself for us to make the way free towards your kingdom. Help us to walk on the path towards that kingdom every day, and forgive us where we turn away, where we also either turn to the pleasures of this world, or where we can become proud and look down on others for all kinds of things that we do wrong. Help us along the path towards your eternal kingdom, where we praise your holy name forever. Amen.